From all the decades in your life, the 20s are probably one of the best decades ever because you've got a lot of time and you've got a lot of energy. So how could we optimize this time and energy? Today I'm talking about 5 things I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. The first one would be finding something that you really want to do. How do you find that? Well, somebody once told me a question you should ask yourself when you want to do this. It's not something I'm inventing, it's all over the internet and life in general, but the question was, what is that thing you would do even if they didn't pay you? That was really something that resonated with me in my late 20s. So the faster you can answer this question, probably the happier you will be in the long run. These days we spend so much time on our jobs that doing something you're not passionate about is a pain in the ass. It's okay if you have to do it. It is what it is. This is life as well. But if you can somehow make it work so that your passion can become your job later, it's going to be so much better. Second point. And yes, I did cut my finger when I was cooking. Anyway, the second point is trying to find a routine that gives you peace. I spent a lot of years, because of external stimulations or external experiences, really all over the place, and I didn't know what to do, when to do it. And so if I was talking to my 20s self, I would definitely tell him, focus on the daily tasks that brings you peace so that you can make them sustainable over time. You don't know how much a peaceful routine can give you in the long run. It is crazy, to be honest. Once I started testing different things out, like waking up extremely early, trying to get ice baths or cold showers, or meditating for half an hour every morning. I tried very different routines and different things, and some of them stuck with me. Like, for example, journaling. I love journaling. I love meditating. So if you were my younger self, I will definitely tell you, try to find routines that will make you good both in the moment and in the long run, and stick to them. The third one would be trying to find mentors. This one I learned pretty recently and it has definitely changed my life. Trying to find something that inspires me or someone that I can talk to that is probably in later stages in life or in places I would like to be in at some point in life. It was game changing because they have knowledge on what is it you have to do or what is it they did to get to that point, and that's like a cheat code really, because they know stuff that works and stuff that definitely doesn't work, which is probably the one you should be more aware of. A lot of the times, whatever works for somebody, it doesn't work for somebody else. But many times too, if something doesn't work for me, it's easy that it won't work for you either. So try to find someone. It could also be a community, masterminds groups. Those are extremely helpful when it comes to business advice and a lot of different things, really. So find them, learn the ins and outs of the industry, ins and outs of the business, or whatever it is you're trying to achieve, and make a great plan and execute. Fourth thing I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. I wish I knew that even though life can be extremely short, we are here for the longer run and we should act accordingly. I spent a lot of the years of my 20s running around and doing stuff that was extremely fun in the moment and making the best out of every single second. But I also wish I would have allocated some of that time for later and trying to build stuff that would support me along the fun times as well. Years in general go so fast And although I had a blast when I was in my 20s, I wish I had spent a bit more time trying to think about what was it I wanted to do in the following years and trying to prepare for it, because now I'm doing this job, and so the earlier you start, the better it goes. Even though the goals that you are putting in the first place are probably going to be changing because you are also evolving, but I think it's very key to have goals, even though they change a little bit or the path doesn't go as you planned, because it never does. But in general, I find that having goals will make you strive for different patterns and different dynamics and different ways of life that will potentially get you to your goals. And so, completely contradicting myself, here's the fifth thing I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. And this is to try to enjoy the moment. I was trying to get distracted from the experiences I was getting, and so something that I have lately been reflecting on is that I sometimes don't even know what I was doing, or I barely remember a lot of the experiences I had in my 20s. So today only happens once, ever. So I would suggest you to try to be as present as you can in the moment. Enjoy the time with your friends, with your family, go on adventures, do everything you want to do. Create bucket lists, get your goals there, set a plan, execute the plan, and in the process, try to be there. Try to enjoy all these experiences, the good, the bad. There are going to be bad experiences as well, but there's a lot of learnings we can take away from bad experiences as well as from good experiences. And this leads me to the bonus point. Don't take life too seriously. Don't be super strict. As I see it, life is about balance, trying to get some of this, get some of that. Not everything at once, because it's probably not super balanced and not really true. Sometimes you will have to go a little bit stronger on the job. Sometimes you will be able to go a little bit stronger on leisure. That's life. In the end, we are just here for a certain amount of time, and we have to spend it as best as we know and as best as we can, right? So get out there, have fun, be productive, make stuff that makes you feel good, enjoy your creations, your art, your job, your life. Try to think as if you were in your deathbed and you reflected on your life. What would you like to remember, if that's all right? And those can actually be your goals. Anyway, that's it for today. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. There's a bunch of videos in my channel, and there's a lot more to come up, so subscribe, like this video if you liked it, hit this notification bell, otherwise you won't get any of the videos, and I'll probably see you the next Sunday at noon.